You're seeing this video because something is shifting within you. This is no coincidence. It's not just another random scroll through social media. You've been called here, summoned to this moment in time, because the universe is about to open a door for you, one that leads to a reality you've only dreamed about. And the question is, are you ready to step through it? What if everything you've been waiting for, right on the other side of this threshold? What if the shift you've been seeking is already in motion, and all that's left is for you to recognize it? The path you're on is about to become clearer, and the forces guiding you toward transformation are stronger than you can imagine. But here's the catch: most people spend their lives chasing something external, waiting for signs in the form of a paycheck, a phone call, or a change in their circumstances. But those signs aren't what they seem. In fact, the very moments you've doubted, the delays, the closed doors, they are not obstacles, they are preparation. The universe isn't leaving you in limbo, it's aligning everything in perfect timing, and you're closer than you think. You're standing at what quantum physicists call the collapse point. This is where infinite possibilities converge into a single reality. Every meditation you've done, every intention you've set, every time you've chosen faith over fear, it's all led you to this very moment. The particles of your desires are about to collapse into something tangible, and you, the observer, are about to witness it. So, let's ask this: are you ready to receive everything you've been asking for? The universe has been conspiring to bring you here, and right now, everything is aligning for a powerful shift. But only if you let it. The doorway to your transformation is about to open. Will you walk through it? You're here for a reason. Right time, right place. If you're ready, keep watching and let the pattern complete itself. What if this is the moment when your transformation begins? Will a new world open before you? What you believe is only the surface. The real shift begins now. You've touched the edge of the mystery, but the core is still waiting. Let me ask you something that might hit a little too close to home. Have you ever felt like you were on the edge of something big, something life-changing, but then it just didn't happen? You saw signs, you felt the energy, you told yourself, this is it, and then silence. No breakthrough, just the same old reality. You're not alone. In fact, most people quit right there, standing inches from the finish line. Not because they're weak, not because they didn't want it enough, but because they misunderstood what a breakthrough actually looks like. We're conditioned to believe success should come with fireworks, external signs, applause, obvious shifts. But that's not how real transformation works. In truth, the biggest breakthroughs are often silent, subtle, and invisible at first. They feel like nothing is happening, right before everything changes. You see, right before the quantum leap, things get confusing. The old identity begins to dissolve. The familiar world starts to feel off. It's disorienting. And this is where most people hit the wall, because discomfort tricks them into thinking they're on the wrong path. But the discomfort is the path. And here's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. The ones who make it through to the other side are the ones who keep going, even when the signs are unclear, even when the discomfort feels overwhelming. They don't stop at the threshold, they push forward, trusting the process. They understand that breakthroughs don't look like what you think they will. The key here is persistence. You can't let the invisible challenges fool you. Trust in what you feel, not in what you see. When the breakthrough is just around the corner, it often looks like failure. But remember, failure is only the result of stopping too soon. You can avoid the same mistake most people make. Don't stop at the threshold, take action. Want to know what to do to avoid others' pitfalls? Keep watching. If this resonated as truth in your body, let the field know. Energy flows where intention goes. Your like is a pulse into the collective field, amplifying this message for others ready to awaken. Have you ever felt like your desires are just out of reach, even though you know they're meant for you? What if I told you that your thoughts, your consciousness, and your deepest desires are actually entangled with the entire universe in ways we still don't fully understand? This idea isn't just some mystical belief, it's grounded in science. Think of quantum entanglement. Two particles can be separated by vast distances, yet they remain connected. The state of one affects the state of the other, no matter the space between them. It's as though they are forever bound together, sharing information instantly, no matter the distance. Now, what if I told you that you are just like those particles? Your thoughts and desires, though they may seem separate, are connected to the universe in the same profound way. Your desires are not distant or disconnected from you. They are already part of your reality, just waiting to be allowed into your experience. But here's where most people go wrong. They focus too much on wanting, and that actually keeps them from receiving. Wanting something comes from a place of lack. It implies that you don't already have it. But the universe works on a completely different principle. It responds to allowing. When you allow something to happen, you open up the space for it to come into your life. Think about it. When you want something, you're holding on tightly, clinging to the idea that it's missing. But when you allow, you release that tight grip. You trust that the universe is already aligning things for you, even when you can't see it yet. And this is where the magic happens. Just like in quantum mechanics, the particles of your desires are constantly moving, rearranging, and aligning with your thoughts. When you stop pushing, when you stop grasping at your desires and simply allow them to flow, the quantum field responds. It begins to bring everything together in the most surprising ways. You see, you're not separate from what you want. You're intimately connected to the universe's infinite potential. And the moment you stop chasing and start allowing, you create the conditions for your desires to manifest effortlessly. Ever wondered how your thoughts literally shape your reality? The secret lies in quantum entanglement. When you release your desire, space opens for it to come to you. You are on the best timeline possible. This moment, this choice, this shift, it's all part of the perfect path you're walking. Comment below. I am on the best timeline of all possibilities. Let your words anchor this truth, and watch how your reality aligns with it. You're on the verge of something incredible. It's as though you've been living in one version of yourself, but a breakthrough is coming, one that will allow you to step into a new, more empowered version. This is your personal hero's journey, a transformation that isn't about becoming someone new, but about rediscovering who you've always been. Think about the hero's journey. It's a story we see time and again in myths, movies, and even in the lives of those around us. The hero starts in one place, typically unaware of their true potential. They face challenges, go through trials, and ultimately emerge as someone who has unlocked the greatness within them. In your case, the journey is deeply personal. You're not becoming a different person, you're remembering who you truly are. When you shift into your next level of being, it's like peeling away layers of conditioning, doubt, and limitation. All those beliefs about who you are, what you're capable of, and what your future looks like, they're just stories. The truth is, you're not limited by the past version of yourself, you're unlimited. Every version of you already exists in a parallel reality, waiting for you to step into it. Think of yourself as a multidimensional being, just like a character in a video game or a story. There are countless versions of you living out different potential realities. These versions exist simultaneously, each shaped by different choices, mindsets, and beliefs. The version of you that becomes your reality is determined by where you place your attention. When you focus on a certain version of yourself, the one that's confident, successful, or deeply fulfilled, that's the version that starts to manifest. But here's the key, you're not creating this new identity from scratch. You're simply choosing which version of yourself you want to experience. You're not becoming something entirely new, you're remembering the essence of who you've always been. You've always had access to the greatness, the potential, and the power within you, but it's easy to forget. Now, it's time to remember. Every version of you is already within reach. The question is, which version are you giving your attention to? Which version of yourself are you focusing on and aligning with? By shifting your attention and energy, you move closer to the reality where that version of you exists. It's all about shifting your mindset, your beliefs, and your energy. The more you allow yourself to tap into the truth of who you are, the more the reality around you aligns with your highest potential. It's not about force or struggle. It's about allowing your true self to emerge naturally. So, where do you want to go from here? What version of yourself do you want to step into? The power is already within you to make that choice. The universe is waiting for you to claim your next version. You're not becoming something new, you're remembering who you've always been. Every version of you already exists. Your attention chooses which version becomes your reality. Are you ready to step into the version of yourself you desire? Subscribing isn't about a channel, it's about entering a current. If you're ready to walk this path of remembrance, step in. Imagine this: time, as we know it, might not even be real. What if the way we experience time is just a human construct, a way for our minds to organize events in a linear fashion? But in reality, time is far more fluid, far more expansive than we ever imagined. The universe doesn't operate on the same timeline as we do. And the more we understand this, the more we can release our anxieties about running out of time or not having enough. Human time is defined by clocks, calendars, and the constant ticking of minutes, hours, and days. It's a tool we use to manage our lives, to plan, to organize. But cosmic time on the scale of the universe, of the stars, the galaxies, and the infinite isn't bound by the ticking clock. It's a timeless flow, an ever-present unfolding, where everything that is meant to happen is happening at the right moment. In the human world, time can feel like a race. There's always pressure to move faster, to get more done, to achieve more before the clock runs out. It creates a sense of urgency, an anxiety that the clock is ticking and we're not getting closer to our goals. But what if that urgency is simply a product of our perception? What if everything is already happening exactly as it should, regardless of what the clock says? Let's think about the way an orchestra works. In an orchestra, each musician plays a different instrument, creating unique sounds. But even with all the different instruments, there's one thing that ties everything together: the conductor. The conductor doesn't rush anyone, doesn't push anyone beyond their time. Each note, each instrument, enters the song at the perfect moment, contributing to the grand symphony. The music unfolds slowly, intentionally, and every note is exactly where it needs to be in that moment. It's not chaotic or random, but perfectly orchestrated. This is how the universe operates. It's a cosmic orchestra, with every event, every moment, every decision, and every person playing their part in harmony. What we often don't realize is that the universe already has the perfect timing in place. There's no rush, no urgency. The timing of your life is synchronized with everything else that's happening in the cosmos. You might not see it now, but everything you've been through, every challenge, and every triumph has been leading you to this very moment. We experience time from a linear perspective. We look at our lives from the past to the present, and we worry about what the future holds. But from the perspective of the universe, everything exists in a state of perfect alignment. The past, the present, and the future are all connected, like different points on a circle. The universe doesn't see the future as something that hasn't happened yet. To the universe, it's already here. Every moment, every potential reality already exists in parallel. This understanding should release some of the pressure we feel to make it by a certain age or accomplish certain milestones at specific times. The universe doesn't require you to achieve things according to your schedule. It doesn't look at you and say, "You should have already done this by now." What it says is, everything is unfolding at the perfect pace. Think about how nature works. A flower doesn't bloom before it's ready. The moon doesn't rise before the sun sets. The seasons don't rush each other. Everything has its moment, and so do you. The impatience you might feel, the worrying about whether you're running out of time, it's all a mirage. The universe is doing its job, orchestrating your life perfectly. There's no need to force anything. Everything is happening at the right moment. Here's the reassurance: you're not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Your soul, your true essence, is working in alignment with the flow of the universe. When you trust this process, you let go of the anxiety of not enough time or I'm too late, because you realize there is no such thing as a mistake or misstep in cosmic time. There is only divine timing. Every experience, every person, every challenge you've faced, every success, every failure, they are all part of the grand orchestration. This doesn't mean you don't need to take action or make decisions, but it means you don't need to rush or push. It's about being present, understanding that your role is to play the notes in perfect time with the universe's grand symphony. Trust that every note is landing as it should. Every step you take is part of the unfolding masterpiece. When we try to control time, when we obsess over deadlines, age, or how much time has passed, we separate ourselves from the natural flow of the universe. We become resistant, trying to bend time to our will, but in reality, we are already in harmony with the universe's rhythm. The more we let go of the need to control, the more we can relax into the understanding that everything is happening perfectly, exactly as it should. You might not always see the connections between events or understand why things are happening when they are, but trust that there is a cosmic order at play. Just as the planets revolve around the sun in perfect harmony, so too is your life unfolding in divine order. Your dreams, your desires, your challenges, all of them are part of the grand plan. Even if you can't see the full picture right now, it's there, unfolding in perfect timing. The next time you feel anxious about time, remember that the universe is not on the same clock as you. Time doesn't rush, it flows, and just like the orchestra, every part of your life is playing its part at the right moment, making the music of your journey more beautiful, more meaningful. You're right on time. Trust the process, trust the flow, and let the universe show you how everything is aligning. You're worried about time, but the universe doesn't have time as you know it. It's all synchronized. Everything is already unfolding. Even if you can't see it yet, trust the process and keep watching to discover how everything is aligning. Every like is a breadcrumb for the next seeker. If this transmission spoke to you, leave a trace for the ones who will follow. The reality you experience isn't random. It's governed by a powerful system, a set of frequencies that shape every aspect of your life, from the smallest thought to the biggest event. But what if I told you that by aligning with these frequencies, you could unlock your potential and transform your reality? This system of 9 frequencies forms the foundation of everything you experience. They are the energetic currents that govern your reality, influencing how you think, feel, and manifest your desires. They are not just abstract ideas, they are real, measurable energies that affect your life on a deep, subconscious level. And understanding how to tune into them can be the key to changing everything for you. Think of this system as a toolkit. Each frequency serves a specific purpose in helping you align with your highest potential. Just like a musical instrument needs to be tuned to the right pitch to create beautiful sound, your life needs to be tuned to these frequencies to resonate with your truest desires and goals. But first, let's break down these 9 frequencies and explore how they govern your reality. The frequency of awareness. This is the frequency of perception. It governs your ability to see beyond the surface of things, to perceive the truth beneath the noise of your thoughts and external distractions. When you tune into the frequency of awareness, you become more conscious of your thoughts, your emotions, and the world around you. It allows you to be present, awake, and ready to respond rather than react. This frequency is essential because it brings clarity, enabling you to make empowered decisions that align with your desires. The frequency of intention. Intention is the fuel that propels you forward. This frequency aligns with your ability to set clear, focused intentions. It's about knowing what you want and aligning your actions with that desire. The frequency of intention activates the law of attraction, drawing opportunities and resources to you in alignment with your goals. The more specific and powerful your intention, the more powerful the energy you send out into the universe. The frequency of belief. Your beliefs shape your reality. When you tune into the frequency of belief, you begin to shift limiting thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you. This frequency helps you reinforce empowering beliefs, allowing you to see what's possible and manifest your desires with confidence. Beliefs are like the lens through which you view the world. Change the lens, and the world around you changes too. The frequency of emotion. Emotion is the language of the universe. This frequency governs the energy of your emotions, your feelings of joy, fear, love, anger, and everything in between. Emotions send powerful signals to the universe about your desires and the state of your being. When you master the frequency of emotion, you can consciously choose how to respond to situations, shifting your emotions in a direction that supports your transformation. The frequency of action. Nothing changes without action. This frequency is about taking inspired, aligned action towards your goals. It's about moving through fear, procrastination, and doubt to take the steps that lead you closer to your vision. The frequency of action fuels momentum and progress, and when aligned with the other frequencies, it moves you swiftly toward transformation. The frequency of patience. Transformation doesn't always happen overnight. This frequency helps you trust the process, knowing that every step you take is moving you closer to your desired outcome. It helps you stay grounded in the present moment, even when results are not immediately visible. The frequency of patience teaches you to surrender the need for control and trust that everything is unfolding in divine timing. The frequency of gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful frequencies you can tune into. When you express gratitude, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. This frequency helps you focus on what's already working in your life, attracting more of the same. By cultivating gratitude, you create a resonance of abundance, drawing more opportunities and blessings into your reality. The frequency of surrender. Surrender is not about giving up, it's about releasing resistance and trusting the flow of life. This frequency is about letting go of control, accepting that you don't have to force things to happen. When you tune into the frequency of surrender, you allow the universe to work on your behalf, bringing forth the experiences and opportunities that are aligned with your highest good. The frequency of love. Love is the highest frequency in the universe. It's the force that connects everything and everyone. This frequency helps you tap into the unlimited potential of your heart, allowing you to experience deep connection, compassion, and unity with the world around you. When you resonate with the frequency of love, everything in your life begins to align with harmony and balance, opening doors to greater fulfillment and success. Now, these frequencies aren't just abstract concepts, they are tools you can actively work with. By understanding and mastering them, you create resonance with the universe, aligning your inner world with your outer reality. You become a magnet for your desires, effortlessly attracting the people, opportunities, and resources you need to transform your life. But here's the exciting part. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. These 9 frequencies form a complete system, each one building upon the others. When you begin to activate and align with these frequencies, you'll notice a shift in your life. You'll start to see patterns emerge, opportunities unfold, and synchronicities that confirm you're on the right path. It's not about forcing things to happen, it's about tuning into the natural rhythms of the universe. This system empowers you to take control of your reality. You can begin today by choosing which frequency you want to focus on. You might start with awareness, becoming more conscious of your thoughts and emotions. Or you might focus on intention, setting powerful goals that align with your heart's desire. The key is to start where you are and trust the process. The beauty of this system is that it's available to you right now. It's not something you have to earn or wait for, it's already within you. All you need to do is begin tuning in, and as you do, you'll feel the shift. Your life will begin to transform, and you'll see the power of these frequencies at work. Now you'll learn the system that governs your reality. These 9 frequencies aren't just a theory, they're your toolkit for transformation. Keep watching to access these powerful keys. You're not joining a channel, you're joining a frequency. Subscribe to stay tuned to the signal higher self already aligned you with. There comes a moment on every transformation journey when things feel strange, unfamiliar, almost as if the ground beneath you is shifting, like something invisible is moving, rearranging your world. That feeling isn't random. It's not a breakdown. It's not you falling apart. It's the beginning of your phase shift. In science, a phase shift happens when a substance changes its state. Water turning into ice, vapor becoming liquid, a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. One moment it's one thing, and then, through pressure, time, and energy, it becomes something entirely new. The form changes, the identity evolves. And yet, it's still the same essence, just in a completely different state. You are that substance. You are in the process of shifting from who you've been into who you're becoming. And even if it feels chaotic, uncertain, or even disorienting, what you're experiencing is not a collapse, it's a reformation. The energy you've been building is finally reaching critical mass. The intentions you've been setting, the healing you've been doing, the awareness you've cultivated, it's all coming together right now. This is the moment just before the breakthrough, the moment when everything starts to change, even if you can't quite see the results yet. It's like the moment right before dawn, when the sky is still dark, but the light is on its way. You might not be able to see it, but something inside you knows the shift is happening. And this shift isn't forced. It's not something you can rush. Just like water cannot force itself to freeze until the temperature reaches the exact point, your transformation will lock into place at the moment your frequency, your thoughts, and your actions come into full resonance with your new reality. Everything you've been doing, every insight, every emotional release, every choice to choose alignment over fear, it's all been preparing you for this moment. That preparation wasn't wasted. Even if you haven't seen the external evidence yet, the internal shift has already begun. Think of a volcano. It doesn't erupt out of nowhere. Beneath the surface, energy builds, pressure accumulates, things are moving and changing deep underground, far out of sight. And then one day, the energy becomes too much to be contained and everything erupts, transforming the entire landscape in a matter of moments. That's a phase shift. And that's what your life is moving toward. But here's something most people forget. Miracles rarely look like miracles in the beginning. They often look like breakdowns. They look like endings. They feel uncomfortable. But what if those moments are just the final contractions before birth? What if the discomfort you feel is simply the signal that your new reality is being born? You are not breaking, you are expanding. Your nervous system may feel overwhelmed. Your old identity may try to pull you back into familiar patterns. People around you may not understand what's happening. That's okay. You're not here to convince them. You're here to stay aligned with what you know deep down. This shift is real. And it's happening now. You don't need to know exactly what it will look like. You don't need to have every step mapped out. Your job isn't to predict the miracle. Your job is to hold the frequency that allows it to occur. That means staying present, trusting the process, letting go of the need to control. It means recognizing that you're in the in-between, the liminal space between the old and the new. And that space can feel void-like, empty, like nothing is happening. But in truth, it's the most sacred place of all. It's the womb of creation. It's the pause before the music begins. It's the silence before the transformation becomes visible. You are not lost. You are not late. You are not off track. You are in the exact position you need to be for your next evolution. This is the calibration point, the inner shift before the outer change. And even if no one else can see it, your soul knows what's coming. This is when you anchor in, not to the old story, but to the new frequency. This is when you remind yourself that your past no longer defines you. This is when you choose to align with what's next even before it fully arrives, because that's what a phase shift is, a decision to no longer identify with the version of you that was waiting, and instead step into the version that already knows it's done. You're not hoping for change, you are becoming the change. This moment may feel uncertain, but it's sacred. It's not chaos. It's the rewiring, the integration, the new frequency settling in. It's the caterpillar dissolving before becoming the butterfly. It looks like nothing is happening, but inside, everything is happening. The butterfly doesn't look back at the cocoon with regret. It doesn't try to return to what it was. It spreads its wings and flies, and you are at the edge of that moment right now. You're on the verge of your phase shift. All your efforts are coming together. Don't worry, this is not random. It's a natural part of the process. Stay with it. You're about to experience something incredible. This is the point where you trust the energy, even more than the evidence. You trust the vision, even if the current reality hasn't caught up yet. You trust your inner knowing above the external noise. And as you do, the shift locks in, the alignment happens, the transformation becomes real, not just within you, but around you. Everything changes in that moment, not because you forced it, but because you became it. This is your time. This is your moment. And your new reality is already waiting. Words collapse potential into reality. Write one thing you're choosing to release, and watch how quickly the field responds. The comments aren't a section, they're a collective ritual. Add your declaration and feel how many others are weaving the same reality. When we think about creation, we often think of something emerging from nothing. But in the realm of quantum physics, what if I told you that nothing isn't really nothing? What if I told you that in the emptiness, the void, the space between things, there lies the very power of creation? This is where everything originates, and in this space, your desires are already forming, even before you can consciously recognize them. The concept of quantum space might sound complex, but it's actually simple once you understand it. Imagine that everything around you, the chair you're sitting in, the air you breathe, the thoughts in your mind, everything is made of tiny particles. Now, these particles are constantly in motion, swirling in and out of existence in a field of pure potential. The space between these particles is not empty, but filled with potential energy, a field of possibility. This is the quantum vacuum, a place where everything that ever was and everything that ever will be begins. The quantum vacuum is not a void. It's not nothing. It's full of infinite possibilities, just waiting to be activated. Think of it as a field of pure potential, much like the space in your life where your dreams, desires, and goals begin to take form. In this space, you can choose which possibilities you wish to experience. The space you think is empty is, in fact, a fertile ground for creation. It's in this quantum space where the laws of the universe truly operate. The quantum field doesn't require you to force anything. It simply requires you to align with it, to trust that your desires are already present in the field, and to allow them to unfold in their own time and way. It's like planting seeds in a garden. You don't need to control how the plant grows. You just need to plant the seed, water it, and allow the soil to do its magic. The quantum field works the same way. Your desires are already there, in the form of energy, waiting to manifest. Now, I know this may sound abstract, but let's take a moment to understand the science behind it. You see, particles are constantly moving in and out of existence in the quantum vacuum. It's as though the very fabric of reality is in a constant state of flux. These particles appear, disappear, and reappear in ways that defy logic and reason. The space between them, the emptiness we perceive, is not a void. It's a space full of energy, possibility, and creation. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, sends ripples into the quantum field, affecting the particles around you. In essence, your mind is interacting with the quantum field at all times. You might be wondering, what does this mean for me? It means that your thoughts, your desires, your intentions, they are all interacting with this field of potential. Every desire you've ever had, every dream you've ever wished for, already exists in the quantum field. The particles of your desires are out there, just waiting for you to tune into them. The key is trust. Trust that the quantum field is always working with you, even when you can't see the results yet. What most people don't realize is that manifestation doesn't happen in the physical world. First, it happens in the quantum field. Everything you manifest in the physical world has already been created in the quantum space. The challenge, then, is not about creating something from nothing, but about aligning your energy with the quantum field, allowing what is already there to become visible in your reality. This is why letting go of control is so important. When you try to force things, you disrupt the flow of energy. You push against the natural unfolding of the universe, but when you trust the process, you open yourself to receiving what is already on its way. Just like the particles in the quantum field, your desires are constantly moving and shifting, waiting for the right moment to manifest. Your job is to stay aligned, to keep your thoughts and emotions in harmony with what you want, and to allow the process to unfold naturally. Let's return to the metaphor of a seed in the ground. Once you plant the seed, you don't constantly dig it up to see if it's growing. You trust that in time, it will sprout and grow. You nurture it with water, sunlight, and love, and you allow it to grow at its own pace. The same principle applies to your manifestations. You plant your intentions in the quantum field, and then you trust that they are already being formed. Your thoughts and actions nourish the process, but the creation happens naturally. Now, picture this. You're standing in a room, and the space around you seems empty. But in that emptiness, you know that there are particles, waves, and energy flowing, interacting, and creating new possibilities. Everything you can touch, see, and experience is a result of these quantum interactions. In the same way, the desires you hold in your heart, the goals you've set, and the dreams you've envisioned are already in motion in the quantum space. The particles of your future are already being formed, even if you can't see them yet. This is where your power lies, in the awareness that the quantum field is constantly at work, aligning with your energy and manifesting your desires. Trust the process. Let go of the need to see immediate results. The seeds you've planted are growing. You may not see them yet, but trust that they are forming in the quantum space, just waiting for the right moment to appear in your reality. In the quantum world, there are no limits. There are no rules that say it can't happen. There is only potential, and it's all yours to tap into. So stop doubting. Stop wondering when things will show up. Instead, focus on aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the energy of creation. You are the gardener, the creator, the one who nurtures the seeds of possibility. In the void lies everything. The space you think is empty is where all creation begins. This is not about faith, it's science. Every thought you have is manifesting in the quantum field. Trust the process, and you'll see how things unfold. By liking, sharing, and subscribing, you're not just spreading content, you're spreading light and awakening others to their own truth. One of the most profound truths about reality is that your attention is the most powerful tool you have. You may have heard the saying, where attention goes, energy flows. But what does that really mean? And why is it so important in creating your reality? At any given moment, your attention is like a spotlight. It shines on whatever you choose to focus on, and what you focus on begins to grow, expand, and take shape in your life. Whether it's your goals, your relationships, your fears, or your doubts, your attention directs the flow of energy that determines what becomes reality. This is not just some mystical concept. It's a principle rooted in the very fabric of how the universe works. Everything you experience in your life, both the good and the bad, is a direct result of where you've placed your attention. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are all shaped by the things you focus on. The reality you see around you is the outcome of the energy you've been directing with your attention, whether you're aware of it or not. Let's look at this from a practical standpoint. Every decision you make, no matter how big or small, is a choice. And each of those choices reflects where you're choosing to direct your attention. For example, if you decide to focus on your fears, your doubts, or what you don't want, you are giving those things more power in your life. Your attention on them attracts more of what you don't want, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. On the other hand, when you direct your attention toward what you want to create, whether it's success, happiness, love, or abundance, you activate the energy that supports those desires. The universe doesn't care if you're focusing on what you want or what you don't want. It simply responds to where you direct your attention. So if you want to create a new reality for yourself, you need to be mindful of where you're placing your focus. Think about a time when you were deeply immersed in something. Maybe you were so focused on a task or project that time seemed to disappear. That deep state of focus is where the magic happens. In that state, you become a powerful creator. You are in alignment with your highest potential, and things flow easily because your energy is concentrated and intentional. When your attention is scattered, it's like trying to move a boulder uphill with a weak force. But when your attention is focused, it's like you have the energy of a bulldozer moving through the world. The thing is, most of us are unaware of where our attention goes. We get caught up in distractions, in the noise of the world around us. Social media, news, conversations, worries, they all pull at our attention, diverting it from what we truly want. But when you consciously decide to direct your focus towards your desires, you begin to take back control of your life. So, how do we become more intentional with our attention? The first step is awareness. Start by noticing where your attention naturally goes throughout the day. What are you focusing on? Are you giving energy to the things that are most important to you? Or are you feeding into distractions, worries, and negativity? This awareness will help you see how your thoughts and emotions are influencing your reality. If you find yourself focusing on things that aren't helping you grow, such as fears, doubts, or negative beliefs, take a step back and ask yourself, what would it look like if I shifted my focus? What if I focused on the possibilities instead of the limitations? Now, it's not always easy to control where your attention goes, especially if you're used to focusing on what's not working. But just like a muscle, your attention can be trained. With practice, you can begin to redirect your focus. One simple technique is to pause and take a deep breath whenever you catch yourself thinking about something negative or unproductive. This gives you a moment of clarity to refocus your attention on something that serves your higher purpose. Another powerful tool is visualization. When you close your eyes and imagine your desired reality, you are engaging your attention in a way that pulls it into alignment with what you want to create. The more vividly you can picture yourself living your dream life, the more energy you're directing toward making that dream a reality. Let's take a moment to pause and reflect. Think about your life right now. What are you focusing on? What are you giving your attention to? Is it aligned with the life you want to create? If not, what can you do today to shift your focus toward your true desires? Every moment is a new opportunity to decide where your attention will go. And in every moment, you have the power to choose. When you shift your attention, you shift your energy. When you shift your energy, your reality begins to change. It's a process that's both simple and profound. And the more consistently you practice it, the more power you have over the reality you're creating. But here's the thing, creating the life you want isn't just about focusing on the end result. It's about the process. It's about focusing on the next step, the next decision, the next moment. It's about being present with where you are and choosing to direct your attention in a way that aligns with your highest vision for yourself. So, now I want to invite you to take action, right now. In this moment, make a commitment. A commitment to direct your attention with purpose. A commitment to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. A commitment to consciously choose where your energy flows. Where you focus your attention, energy flows, and reality takes form. What are you choosing right now? Leave a comment, write one thing ready to release in order to create the reality you want. Your decision matters. Remember, your attention is the key to creation. What you focus on will grow, and what you give energy to will expand. Choose wisely. Your reality is waiting for you to take control. Sharing is an initiation act. When you pass this message forward, you amplify the field for yourself and the ones receiving it. Think of the subscribe button as a portal. Once crossed, these transmissions will find you exactly when you need them. Right now, as you listen, something extraordinary is happening inside you. Your brain is not a fixed structure. It is not a rigid machine locked into old patterns forever. Instead, your brain is flexible, dynamic, and capable of incredible transformation. This phenomenon is known as neuroplasticity, and it is one of the most powerful tools you have for creating change in your life. For centuries, people believed the brain was static, that after childhood, its structure and wiring were set permanently. But modern neuroscience has proven something very different. Your brain is constantly changing, adapting, and forming new connections in response to your thoughts, your environment, your emotions, and your experiences. Every choice you make, every new idea you consider, and every shift in your perspective is literally reshaping the structure of your brain. Think of your brain like a computer. The programs you run are your habits, your beliefs, and your thought patterns. Some of these programs are old, outdated, and no longer useful. They may have been installed years ago by your upbringing, your environment, or experiences that shaped how you saw yourself and the world. The good news is, just like a computer, you can uninstall old programs and install new ones. Neuroplasticity is the mechanism that allows you to rewrite the code, to upgrade your mental software, and to step into a new version of yourself. Imagine that every time you repeat a thought or a habit, you are strengthening the pathways in your brain. Like walking through a field and taking the same path over and over, the trail becomes clear and easy to follow. That's how old patterns are formed. But neuroplasticity gives you the power to carve out new paths. Every time you choose a new thought, every time you take a new action, every time you interrupt an old pattern, you begin walking a new trail. With repetition, that new trail becomes stronger and stronger until it becomes your new default way of being. This is why change often feels difficult at first. Your brain is used to running its old programs, and it will try to return to what is familiar. But the more you practice new thoughts and new actions, the more you rewire your brain to support them. Slowly, the old pathways weaken, while the new ones strengthen, until what once felt impossible begins to feel natural. Think about it this way. If you've ever learned a new skill, like playing an instrument, learning a language, or even driving a car, you know that at first it feels awkward and challenging. But with practice, it becomes automatic. That is neuroplasticity at work. And it doesn't just apply to skills, it applies to your beliefs, your emotions, your habits, and your entire way of seeing reality. What this means for you is that transformation is not just a dream. It is a biological process happening inside your brain right now. Every moment you choose to focus on growth, every time you visualize a new future, every time you catch yourself in an old pattern and decide to think differently, your brain is changing. You are literally installing new software that supports the life you want to create. And here's the most exciting part. Neuroplasticity works both ways. If you repeat negative thoughts, if you replay old stories of limitation, your brain will wire itself to support those. But when you choose empowering beliefs, when you focus on gratitude, when you take action aligned with your goals, your brain wires itself for success. The choice is always yours. So ask yourself, what kind of software do you want running in your mind? Do you want to keep using the outdated programs of fear, doubt, and limitation? Or do you want to install the upgraded programs of confidence, creativity, abundance, and love? The truth is, you don't have to wait for change. You can begin right now. With each thought you choose, with each action you take, with each belief you reinforce, you are reprogramming your brain. You are shaping your future at the neurological level. Your brain is being rewired right now. You're installing new software that will change the way you see the world. The impossible is becoming possible. Keep watching and prepare to embrace this new reality. Because the reality you want to live isn't just out there waiting, it's being built inside your brain, one connection at a time. And the more you practice, the stronger it becomes. This is how you transform your mind, your life, and ultimately your entire reality. If this truth has awakened something within, leave your mark with a like. It's your way of saying, I am aligned with this vibration. The act of commenting is a creative act. Speak your truth, claim your transformation, and watch how the universe responds to your declaration. What if everything you've been told about manifestation is only half the story? What if there's a deeper layer, a mystery beneath the surface of everything you've been practicing and learning? A secret not about projecting your desires outward, but pulling your reality inward from a place you've never truly looked before. This is the beginning of a new perspective, a different path, a subtle yet profound shift in how creation actually works. Most teachings focus on visualizing, affirming, desiring, but few speak about what happens when you reverse the process, when you stop chasing the outcome and begin collapsing timelines backwards from the version of you that already exists. Reverse manifestation isn't about effort. It's about alignment with the already manifested. It's about collapsing the illusion of distance between you and your desire. And once you understand how it works, you'll realize you've had access to it all along. This is not about adding more. It's about remembering, tuning in, letting reality organize around you instead of the other way around. Each subscription is a declaration to the universe that you are ready to walk this path. Let the next wave of wisdom come to you effortlessly. But here's the truth, you've only unlocked part of the secret. There's a missing piece. And in the next video, we'll reveal how reverse manifestation really works and why it's not just a concept, but a method you can actually practice. So take a moment, let this seed settle in your awareness. You don't need to understand everything right now. You just need to stay open, curious. You've only unlocked part of the secret. In the next video, we'll reveal how reverse manifestation works. Share this revelation with your friends and get ready for the next big breakthrough. Because the next layer changes everything.